What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with this week's episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close and we're now on the road of 500 subs. Who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the summer, only time will tell. But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. Excuse me. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners over at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of the set, much similar to what I pulled out of my Genesis Impact box that I opened up last year, which is this beautiful Peacock from the Underworld. This thing looks absolutely amazing as a collector's rare. But with that being said, if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. Excuse me. Deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because more than 80% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys aren't even subscribed. And to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is basically today's video. But the question of the day is this: which Yu-Gi-Oh set do you believe Konami? What is the one set that you believe that Konami fumbled with the most, and why? Let me know down in the comments below. And for this week's episode, I'm actually doing a top 10 of the previous Yu-Gi-Oh sets that Konami had fumbled with, and why they did that, and what could have been different. Now obviously we know over the years Konami has released some of the craziest sets you could ever think of. Sets like Magic Ruler, Invasion of Chaos, sets like Cybernetic Revolution, Elemental Energy, Striking Neos, Phantom Darkness, sets like the 2019 Gold Sarcophagus Tins. What else? Dual Power, Legendary Collection. They have released so many different sets over the years, but there's always that one batch of sets that Konami released that they fumbled with, and 10 of them, they are on my list. They are on my list here. So I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to get straight into it. Now, I do want to point out, before I begin, I do want to point out that this is merely my honest opinion, and I know that some I might get some heat for, but it's all good. This is merely my opinion. So kicking things off at number 10 is Dual Overload. Now I know that Dual Overload was a bit of a an interesting set, I will say. Dual Overload had some had don't get me wrong, Dual Overload had some pretty cool cards, but when you really think about it and you look at the cards that were in the set, don't get it twisted, okay? Do not get it twisted. Cards like Crystron, Halka-Fibrax. Cards like Triple D, Abyss King, Gilgamesh. Five-Headed Link Dragon. Union Carrier. A lot of these cards, out of all, let's see. How many cards was in the set? Out of all 100 cards, literally 30, maybe even 40 of these cards were actually pretty good. Don't get it twisted on that. The only thing that I feel like Konami fumbled with were the oversized cards. And I know that because I actually bought, I think I bought like 2 or 3 boxes of the set, and I feel like the oversized cards was a bit of an overkill. I feel like it was a bit of an overkill, and the way I see it, with dual overload, I feel like the only way the set could have been better is if Konami released reprints that actually worked well with the set. So when you look at cards like when you look at cards like Abyss King, Gilgamesh, they could have added as well cards from that particular archetype, like cards like I guess maybe Dark Contract with the Gate, because they didn't release anything for, they did not release any reprint DDD cards whatsoever. The only reprints that were that were good in this set were cards like Blackwing, Zephyros the Elite, Cyber Dragon Infinity, Tour Guide, Swap Frog, Destiny Hero Celestial, Last Warrior from Another Planet, Frame Lord Omega, Dagosto Emerald, which I believe ended up getting limited to 1 back when the set was released. Cards like Magic Formula, Terraforming, Zombie World, Cyber Emergency, Sign and Mining, and Infinite Impermanence, Compulse, Dynamiscus, and of course Cybernetic Overflow. Those are just some of the reprints that they added, but they completely fumbled with the set, mainly because of the fact that the reprints weren't as good as people thought, and also the fact that the oversized cards were a bit of an overkill. Like if they turned those into promo cards, now that I could totally understand. I could totally understand Konami turning the oversized cards into a promo pack. Now that would have made a lot of sense. Like at least turn them into a promo pack on its own. Kind of like what they're doing with this set. Give me a second. Kind of like what they're doing with these, because with these, you get the usual 6 cards, but also the 7th card is a QCR of one of the 6. So I feel like if they had done that, like where each of the oversized cards was their own like promo pack, I feel like that could have made things a lot different in my honest opinion. But we now move into number 9 on the list, and it's Ghost from the Past. And I'm not just talking about talking about one set over the other. I am talking about both sets. I'm talking about both sets. Now, look, now I get that a lot of people are thinking that both the first and the second ones were pretty good. Don't get it twisted. Obviously, yes, obviously, the Ghost Rares, don't get me wrong, okay? The Ghost Rares were pretty crazy. I mean, come on. From just off of the second one, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Dark Magician Girl, Cyber Dragon, Dark Arm Dragon, Raw Sphere Mode, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend, the Eye of Timaeus. Just those Ghost Rares were pretty good. I think the only ones that people wanted the most, I think, were just Blue Eyes White Dragon and Dark Magician Girl, mainly just because of the fact that they were 10 times more popular than everything else. But you look at the cards that were in the set. A lot of these cards were seen in structure decks that were released in the OCG, or they were jump promos. Cards like Neo's Kluger, cards like Deep Kotaker Heat Soul, cards like Borland Dragon, cards like Master Flare Hyperion. Let's see here. Fallen Sanctuary, Flintcracker, Shell Knight. Those 2 cards, the Fossil Machines, were seen in the anime, and we never got those printed. So it was pretty cool to see that. Salmon Gray Blaze Dragon. I guess Konami wanted to make hype up Salad again, but the reprints, though, they were pretty interesting. I will say they were pretty interesting, but they were not that good whatsoever. A lot of them weren't even that good. So you've got cards like Code Radiator, Tenny Spirit Mapura, Vishuddha Ashuna, cards like the Plunder Trolls, Despian Comedy, Despian Tragedy, cards like Malefic Cyber End Dragon, Doppel Warrior, Mega Phantom Beast Colt Wing, Galaxy Soldier, Rise of the Mega Monarch, Despot 1, Retaliating Sea, Wandering King Wildwind, which made no sense whatsoever, Dotscaper, Doom King Balderog, Necro Banshee, Glow Up Bloom, Grey Mammoth of Goldfine, which I believe that was a tournament pack promo, Sandwich, the greatest fusion card of all time, Sangan and Witch of the Black Forest, greatest card of all time. Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, Mega Fleet Dragon, Quintet Magician, Boxia, which I believe Boxia was actually probably one of the best reprints in the set, as was Yazi, funny enough. Duo Don King, Kali Yuga, Hope Harbinger, number 60, number 97. Yeah, Crystal Halcyon Fibrax. The biggest issue that I had with both this set and the first one was was the biggest issue that I had from both the first and the second sets was just the reprints. I feel like when you look at both the first, again, you look at both the first and the second sets. The first one was pretty crazy, I will admit. It was pretty up there. The second one was just really weird. It was just a weird one, I will say. I mean, look at the cards that were in the set. Cards like Arcbrave Dragon, Backup Secretary, Black Luster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, Blue Eyes Alternative, Crystal Wing, Dangerous Thunderbird. These were all reprints. This was literally an all reprint set. So there was like no shot that this set was gonna take off. The only cards that were semi new were the new Shadal cards, and I think I think it was just the new Shadal cards and a couple of the Lavavels, the Lavo cards, I think. Everything else was just like all reprints. Cards like Fogblade, Photon Thrasher, Recover. I think Red Supernova Dragon was, I think, one of the newer cards, but we never got it printed until that set actually came out. So Konami completely fumbled with both sets. But the question is, what could have been different? I feel like with the first one, if they added a couple like at least like 2 or 3 archetypes that to get new support, maybe it could have been good. But I really doubt it. But coming in at number 8 is Maze of Memories, and this is a bit of a weird one because Maze of Memories had some pretty good cards, but the problem was that they didn't really. This set was really weird. This was probably one of, if not the weirdest set I've ever seen, ever. Yes, it's true that we did get new Gate Guardian support, which was kind of funny. And yeah, sure, we got some, new cards, that were seen in the OCG that were jump promos. It was again, a lot of these cards, they could have been so much better. Their effects could have been so much better, especially cards like Overlay Network, Perform Pal Duelist Extraordinaire. But there were actually quite a few cards that you see get played quite a bit as of late. Cards like Red Eye Soul, Wake Up Your Elemental Hero, Time to Stand Up. I think Time to Stand Up is used a lot in so many different synchro decks, which is pretty cool. XL Synchro Stardust Dragon. What else? I think that's it. That's just it. Everything else is all reprints, and the reprints sucked. They sucked ass. Blackwing Kalute the Moonshadow, Blackwing Elfin the Raven, Zephyros the Elite, Wind Up Kitten, Nimble Angler. Why would you want to add these reprints, add these cards in a set like Maze of Memories? Yes, I get the name Maze of Memories, but when you really look at it, it didn't make any sense. Like if they were trying to put these cards with the Gate Guardian archetype, I could totally understand it, but it made no sense whatsoever. So Konami really fucked up. They fucked up big time with this set. They 100%. They 100% fucked up with this set. And I'm gonna be honest, this was not good. I can tell you that right now, it was not that good. Trust me. But don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. What was it, the collector rares? Yeah. Don't get me wrong. The collector's rares that were in the set were good. I feel like the reprints just could have been better. That's just how I see it. But coming in at number 7 is probably the most obvious. I probably should have put this at number 1, but I'm putting this at number 7 for interesting reasons. But we have Maximum Gold, both sets. The big issue here mainly is the rarity. And I'll show you guys what I mean. Give me a second. Here. I believe I have a gold rare in one of these sleeved cards. Here we are. Or actually, you know what? No. I'll use this. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys. So this card is off of the first Maximum Gold. Monster Reborn. Do not get it twisted, you guys. Do not get it twisted. It looks good in this gold in this gold rarity. The problem is how they made the rarity. This one, they literally the card stock. It's the card stock. Like it feels, it's rough on the back, but it's like smooth on the front. It's almost as if Konami just had no stock, had no card stock for this set whatsoever. Like if they were trying to if they wanted to try and make the cards look similar to what you call it, to some of the older gold rarity sets, then I could understand it, but it just didn't make sense. And also, this is from Maximum Gold El Dorado, Curse Eldlin. Funny enough, it's the exact same thing. The card stock is just really bad. So don't get me wrong. In terms of the reprints and whatever new cards were in the set, don't get it twisted. It was a great set. The issue that a lot of players have is mainly you guessed it, the fact that the card stock was terrible. That was the main reason, was just the card stock. And I feel like Konami, they could have done so much better with the set. It literally disgusted the entire world. Like everybody around the world did not like Maximum Gold, not just because of the card stock, but just because of the fact that the gold rarity just really didn't look good. But I think over time, people are gonna look at the set and look at the format that we're in now and think, maybe it's not too bad. But for right now, Maximum Gold, bad set. Just saying. Coming in at number 6 is another obvious one, and it is Dimension Force. Probably this is actually the first core set in this list. Just being real, every card in that set sucks. Like the only card that was good was Psychic and Punisher, and that was it. I don't even think I need to say any more about it. This Dimension Force was a horrible set. And usually whenever you get whenever you get a silver core booster box, nine times out of 10, it's gonna be a horrible set. And Dimension Force was definitely a horrible set. I believe it was a silver set, wasn't it? Give me a second. I believe it was. Dimension Force. Here we are. I believe, yep, it was indeed. It was indeed a silver set, and it was pretty horrible. It was pretty horrible, people. So, would I recommend getting Dimension Force? No. No, do not get it, because Dimension Force was horrible. Not much else to say about that. But coming in at number 5 is another one of the most obvious. Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1. I know that a lot of people are saying that Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 was bad. And don't get me wrong, I completely agree. But I'm still opening up those boxes to try and pull that Berserker Crush dice. I've been trying to pull it forever. Still haven't, but I might eventually. Eventually, I'll end up buying a whole case, and I'll end up finally maybe pulling it. But the way I see it, the cards, I feel like what they could have done with Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 was stick to the original printings of the original sets. Like when you look at cards like, I think, Mistworm was a secret rare. They could have made it a secret rare. You look at cards like Trishula, secret rare. They could have made it a secret rare. Cards like oh my god, I think the Ally of Justice was Ally of Justice Catastor. I think Catastor was a super rare. They could have made it a super rare. They fumbled with this set. They should have done what they're now doing with Retro Pack 1. Keep the original card stock, if you will. Keep the rarities, and the promos could have been better. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. That's probably one of the only things that sucked about the set. But as far as Hidden Arsenal Chapter 2, I don't even know if we're gonna get Chapter 2 with how horrible Chapter 1 was. But then again, Chapter 2 had, oh my god, what's gonna be in it? Hidden Arsenal 5, 6, and 7. Steel Swarm Invasion, Knight of Stars, and Omega Exceeds, I think, were the ones. So there's gonna be some pretty crazy cards in Chapter 2, but only time will tell. But Chapter 1 was horrible. Just enough said. But coming in at number, let's see. Coming in at number 4 is Brothers of Legend. And I know that this is one that a lot of people really didn't like, and for the most part, I completely agree. Don't get it twisted. It was awesome. It was awesome that we were able to finally get all of the Karibo brothers, all the cards that were seen in the anime. Cards like Penguin Sword and Rebirth Judgment and Dr. D and D-Force, and Ice Knight and whatnot. The problem with this set was mainly again the reprints. Think of the reprints that were in this set. You had cards like Dead Name, Magician Souls, Red Eyes Fusion, Evil Hero Adjusted Gold, Malicious Bane, Thal Ruler Archfiend, Shooting Star Dragon, Starlight Road, number 89, Gaddarla, the Mystery Dust Kaiju, Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, Kaiju Capture Mission, Ragged Gloves, Nibiru, Infernoid Decatron, Wind Up Arsenal Zenmayo, Downer Magician, Beatrice, Relinquish Anima, Rank Up Magic Argent Chaos Force. All of these cards were really bad reprints. Don't get me wrong. A lot of the newer cards that were released in the set sucked. They sucked so bad. They just sucked like it was nothing. They sucked like it was nothing. The Box of Friends cards, those sucked. Starving Venomy Dragon, nobody played. I don't even think anybody plays that card anymore. Lurlusk is definitely one that a lot of people don't play. Cypher is another one. The Ignisters, Appliancer. Who plays the Appliancers? Like, you had some pretty bad cards, and I feel like with sets like these, one of the main problems that I had was the fact that Konami never ever printed Darts cards or Valence cards for that matter. There are still at least 200 to 300 cards that were still missing. At least that, if not maybe more. And they could have added some of them into this set. So that's just my opinion. But coming in at number 3 is the 2024 tints, the new ones that are coming out, and for obvious reasons. They fumbled it mainly because of what the tins look like, and I'm gonna show you guys Yu-Gi-Oh. Here we are. I'm gonna show you guys, if I'm able to find a photo. I'm gonna show you guys what the new ones are gonna look like, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to at the moment. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to. Oh wait, maybe I will. Oh, here we are. Okay. So here's what the tins are going to look like. They fumbled it. They 100% fumbled it like it was nothing, and I don't even have the words for it. But I don't even. That's like the only thing. And again, they could have added the reprints could have been so much better. I mean, don't get me wrong, Feather Duster, Raigeki, they're awesome reprints, but they've been reprinted so many times. I don't even know what to say about it, honestly. But not only that, they're also fumbling it because of Dimension Force as well. So, but moving on to number 2 is Power of the Duelist, and this is a bit of a weird one because Power of the Duelist actually. Don't get me wrong, Power of the Duelist had some pretty cool cards. It's more so of the, I think the ultis were the ones that they fumbled with. Yeah. It was mainly all 11 ultis that they fumbled with. Literally, the ultis that are in the set are Neospacian, Aqua Dolphin, Flare Scarab, Dark Panther, Submarine Roy, Destiny Hero Double Dude, Destiny Hero Dogma, Destiny Hero Dasher, which I think Dasher was like the only card that people wanted back in the day. Ultimate Tyranno, Alien Warrior, Alien Mother, Cosmic Horror Gangal. Let's see here. Aqua Neos, Flare Neos, Chimera Type Over Dragon, Super Vehicoi Jumbo Drill, Spell Calling, Overload Fusion, Cyclone Blade, Future Fusion, Neo Space, Dark City, D-Chain, Supercharge, and Cyber Summon Blaster. And out of all 11 of them, the only cards that people wanted as ultimate rares were literally get this: Dark City, Neo Space, Future Fusion, Overload Fusion, and I believe, where is it? And Dasher. So don't get me wrong. I'm being real. For a GX set, this was horrible, and those were the only cards that people wanted, which is crazy. But coming in at number 1 is probably the most obvious, and is known as Rise of Destiny. This one was one of the worst sets that Konami fumbled with completely. The reason being is it's not just the ultis that were in the set. It was literally the entire set itself. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. The only cards that people went after for the most part were I think Mystic Swordsman level 6. I think Element Magician, which was used in Go format, and later on. The Stalos, which I think was more of a side deck card, funny enough. Dekoichi was like one of the only good cards for Go format, but that was it. Everything else sucked. I think the only other card that was seen a little bit of play during the days of Go format was Zing Zang Hu, and Zing Zang Hu was a floodgate. Was a fucking floodgate. So obviously now looking at it now, yes, it's a pretty decent set, but think about this. This set first edition was overprinted. They overprinted so many packs upon the set's release that they decided to take all the first edition packs that was left over and put them in special editions less than 2 months later. So they literally fucked up. They fucked up big time with this set, and a lot of those cards, you don't see them nowadays. Like maybe the Stalos in Go format decks if you were playing Goat on fucking Master Duel, or going to YCS or something like that, because YCS's nationals and whatnot, they have Edison tournaments, they have Go tournaments. So I mean that's perfect and all, but what about the rest of the set? Or did any of them get any play in some capacity? No. The only ones that did were Zing Zang Hu, the Stalos, and also Machine Dupe. That's it. And even now, looking at the set now, Machine Dupe as an ultimate rare is the only chase card of the set, which is pretty bad if you ask me. But if you guys feel like I missed a certain set, let me know down in the comments below, and also why. Let me know why as well. And that will do it for today's video, for this week's episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.